Good morning. I am Shauna with Soul Truth Aligned. And this morning I was putting together a post about giving yourself permission to rest. And I realized that with a lot of the people that I work with, they need permission. They need permission to exist as they are. They need permission to have their own thoughts. They need permission to exist in the way they wish to. And one of the themes I've noticed is most of these people, to some degree or another, have had loved ones in their lives remove that permission. And as you have probably experienced, we tend to be pretty external. We are turning ourselves into people pleasers. We're trying to um, get approval and permission, right? Which I think are very similar, approval and permission. One of the things that I find myself saying to people over and over again is, can you give yourself permission for that? And the truth is, even though we may have lived some difficulties and we may have had people around us controlling everything we do, making us feel like we're helpless, we aren't that. We are all amazing beings that are very capable of doing anything we put our minds to, but we need permission to do it. And the person we need the most is ourselves, which is why I'm always trying to get people to connect deeply to their truest self, the one that's hidden, the one that's been kind of fractured out, because that's who you need to see. That's who you need permission from. That's who you need to love. That is who you need to give permission to make changes, to be who you truly are, to let go of other people's beliefs about you, the limiting beliefs that they put on you, to let other people think what they want to think and have their own perspective, but you find yours. You get to the truth of you. This is really a pivotal piece. I have seen people jump within a couple of months from feeling completely inadequate, unable to control their moods, their emotions, their lives, and being essentially abused by the people around them, to quickly taking control by simply asking them to give themselves permission to actually see them in the way that they see other people, to actually take a look at the self. So, permission is what brought me here. I think I might have went a little off key on that. But what I find is, and I found this for me, I had no permission to be who I was. And I was angry. I was mad. I had such a hard time just putting up with people and things, and it was because I wasn't me. I couldn't find this part of me. She was so deeply hidden, and when I started working through my shadow work, as they say, and I started to understand my life, and I started to understand different perspectives, it made a huge difference for me, and I realized as I work with other people, a lot of it is about permission. A lot of it is about mattering in every scenario and getting yourself onto that priority list, right? If you look at your priority list and how you react and move through your life, a lot of people will find that they are doing it for everyone else. And they may not even know what they want or need. That was me. It's taken me a lot of years. I'm 57 years old and I am still discovering what is it that really hypes me up? What is it that I feel really passionate about? And it really is, for me, a big part of it is helping people see that they are just as worthy as anyone else that they've put on a pedestal. And they need to knock those people off those pedestals and they need to climb up there. They need to know how amazing a human being they really are, because we all are. That's not to say we don't make mistakes. That's not to say that we are gonna have to have experiences and learn some lessons and find a way to look at different perspectives. And it doesn't mean life is easy, but When I learned that happiness was a choice and I could just give myself permission to be happy no matter what shit show was happening in my life, it was big. It was so big for me. And it really was how I pivoted and how I began to grow on my own, how I could change my own thought process, how I could choose to be happy in the midst of a divorce, in the midst of raising teenagers alone, in the midst of so many things. So please know that you're amazing. You have every right to give yourself permission to excel in whatever direction you wish to excel in, whatever direction it is. We hope you're doing it with love and kindness. And that's really, where we want to go in the end. But judging the self and holding the self back and down will cause a really lot of different emotional issues and moods and things that don't have to be. So it's up to you. You can make these choices. I see people do it every day, and it is just amazing. So, anyhow, I really just wanted to talk a bit about permission, and I think I got carried away, but I send love to each of you, and I thank you for being here on my channel with me and would love to hear from you. So, thank you so much.